All right, welcome to Inside the Music Room. This is Tony, and I'm really excited because we have our first ever guest in the music room.
I
Did you
didn't
know that?
that.
You're the first
No,
guest
I
ever in the
didn't
music
know
room.
that.
Yeah, I didn't
That's
tell you
cool.
that part.
No, you
So I'm sure when it comes.
No.
No, this is my friend Diane. We have been
Hello.
friends probably for at least 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, long
I
time.
think more than that. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, so thank you for being here.
Sure.
All right.
I'm happy to
So-
be here.
Reason we are here is to talk music, right? Because everybody kind of has their favorite artist, people that they love. For me, it's like Aerosmith is one of my favorite bands ever, and I could talk for hours and hours about Aerosmith. But we have an artist by the name of Bruce Springsteen who has a new record coming out on October 23rd called Letter to You. I do not know much about Bruce Springsteen, so I wanted to bring in what I consider to be an expert.
I don't know that I'm an expert, but I'm gonna.
What I
do my
consider to
best.
be an expert, I should say, is a person that really loves Bruce Springsteen and his music. So that probably you qualify for that. 'Cause
Okay.
as long as I've known you, I know you've been a big Bruce fan.
That's funny.
So I know you'd be the perfect person to come
thank
in
you.
and talk to me about Bruce Springsteen.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. So can you kind of tell us, like, when you first got into Bruce?
Way back when I was in high school in the 70s.
Okay.
Yeah, he just was the music of the time that spoke to us.
Okay.
And I was one of the little hellions maybe in school.
Oh.
I hung with the bad boys with
That explains a lot.
motorcycles.
That explains a lot.
So we really loved Bruce and listening to him and stuff. Especially Born to Run. Like, ooh, that was mine. And to this day, I love that song.
What is it about Born to Run that you love so much?
Oh, certain words in there
Yeah.
that he says that I particularly like, but I don't think I can say it on.
That's all right. And we do have a guest that's going to be joining us from time to time, going through the screen. My viewers probably know Noelle by now, so she is going to be here to kind of chime in as she sees fit. So pay no attention to the furry beast crossing the screen. All right. So now you grew up in Jersey? Is that right?
No, outside of Jersey,
Outside of
in
Jersey.
Philadelphia.
In Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But I have to imagine there was a big, because Bruce being from New Jersey.
Yeah.
Was it,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I have to say though, as a young person, then I had not gone to any of his concerts.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a lot of money to do that.
Yeah.
So I never really saw him. But Asbury Park is right there, and I haven't been to Asbury Park. But I was going to go a couple months ago with a friend because of all the new stuff coming out with Bruce.
Yeah.
But we'll still do that.
That'll be a
So
future conversation
Yes.
we can have. Definitely.
Yes, and also in his book, all his addresses of where he lived. So I'm going to check out all the houses. But anyway.
No, that's cool. I feel better because we were in Florida a few months ago, and we actually found out some addresses of like guys from AC/DC and Aerosmith. So we went on a little scavenger hunt trying to find people. So
Yeah, see where they grew up.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
yeah, so I don't feel as much of a stalker right now. So that's good.
I'm a terrible. Never mind. Okay.
One thing I did find out about Bruce Springsteen that I thought was interesting is I don't know if you're familiar with Tony Robbins or not.
No.
But he's like a motivational type speaker and stuff. He uses Bruce as an example because Bruce Springsteen is a great songwriter for sure. His songs are legendary, his lyrics, but his voice is very distinct. You know, he's got his
Yes.
own voice. And for a long time, Bruce would go to shop his songs, and they would want to buy the songs, but not Bruce Springsteen's voice.
Yeah.
And they would say, "We'll buy your songs, but there's no way you're going to sing them." And he stuck to his guns until somebody gave him a recording contract. So he must have done something right.
Well, he has that raspy voice.
Yeah.
That I think is very unusual for a singer.
Yeah,
But he could build out those tunes.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I thought he had a great voice. But
So you mentioned Born to Run. Do you have any other favorite Bruce songs?
Thunder Road, Dancing in the Dark, mainly the old ones.
Okay.
But one of the newer ones, which isn't very new, is the one that was in Jerry Maguire. I think it was In the Garden or something with the garden.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites of his too.
Yeah, I do know that.
But I didn't get into a whole lot of his later music.
Okay.
A little bit here and there.
Yeah.
Because it got very political, so
Yeah.
kind of changed.
He's still
Yes, he's very
quite
much
political.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
just recently made a statement, but
Yeah.
yeah, and maybe that's one of the reasons. Like, I tend not to go too political, but at the same time, I know Springsteen. The songs that I've heard, I really enjoy. So if I want to get into Bruce, I said, okay, now's the time. I want to get into Bruce. What would be your recommendation for me?
it's my preference is just from the beginning.
Yeah.
His early albums.
Yeah.
Even Glory Days.
Oh,
that one.
Yeah.
That's another good album. I like that one. So, I don't know. That would be my recommendation. But then again, I guess I'm partial to that because it brings back, my memories of being in high school and the crazy fun times that we had.
That's the best part about
listening.
music.
Yeah, exactly.
It brings it back. Yeah,
yes,
for sure.
Exactly.
So you mentioned that you had not seen Bruce back in like the 70s and stuff. Now, have you ever seen Bruce in concert?
Yes, for my 60th birthday.
Okay.
A couple of friends of mine, we went, and it was the best day or the best night of my life.
We should mention that Diane's husband Tom is sitting off screen right now, so I think that might have been.
Well, I had never seen him. Finally had the opportunity. He was fabulous. Unfortunately, we were kind of far away, but I was in awe that I'm here seeing Bruce.
You always hear about his shows like going on and on.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? He was jumping all over the place.
Yeah.
And he was 60, let me think, 6 years ago. What was he, 65? Maybe around.
Yeah.
And I could not get over jumping on to different floors and meeting people. And I wish I was down on the floor.
Well, we went and saw Bruce, it's probably 5 or 6 years ago.
6 years ago is when he came. So
we went to New Orleans Jazz Festival, and he was one of the headliners.
Oh.
So we thought, hey, we'll go to do that and see all these different artists and see Bruce Springsteen. But by the time we got there, we got a little lost, and we were way towards the back, and he was like that big.
Oh.
So technically, we can say we saw Bruce Springsteen in concert, but we have to, I think, do it better. So I think.
Did you hear him though?
Yeah, I think we could hear it.
The music.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Didn't they have screens too?
I don't remember screens. My wife, Candy, is sitting off stage here, so I have to go to her because my memory is not what it really should be. So I don't remember screens.
I don't either.
Yeah, if they were, we were so far to the side and far back. Like I said, he came down a ramp and you could see him literally the little dots. And we kind of watched a couple songs as well. Technically, we saw Bruce, but then we wandered around and saw some up and comers. But
I videoed him and tried to get pictures and great memories.
Yeah, good.
It was fun. Great night.
Good deal.
Yeah.
So October 23rd, Bruce has a new record coming out called Letter to You.
Yes, I know.
So I know you say you don't really kind of get into the new stuff too much, but have you heard the 2 singles that they released, Letter to You
I have.
and Ghost?
Yes.
What do you think?
I think they're good. I like the Letter to You more than the Ghost.
Yeah.
It was okay. But Letter to You was really good.
And I feel bad. I have a bad habit on this. It's Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band have a new record coming out. Because I always leave off the E Street Band, or leave out the Heartbreakers from Tom Petty, or leave out the band. So I apologize, E Street Band. So
because they make the music complete.
Yeah, they definitely do. They say that definitely has its own sound. So.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So so you said you like Letters to You?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that sounded good.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect from the rest of the album.
Yeah, we'll be kind of curious to see.
Yeah, I know.
Now, also on the day that it comes out, October 23rd, Apple TV is going to debut a documentary about the making of the album and everything. So that might be kind of telling and interesting to watch too. So,
yeah.
So
I don't have Apple TV.
Well, usually when that kind of thing kind of like comes on Apple TV, then goes like to Netflix and goes all that other stuff.
I'm hoping.
I'm sure it'll be out there. Yeah, but it's always kind of interesting to see what the artist was thinking and when they were writing songs.
I've been listening to him occasionally on Sirius Radio. He has his own channel, and then through the summer he would do an hour of his own DJ.
Oh, okay.
And that was interesting because he would tell some stories about his mom and different things that he was feeling, and then he would play songs from the summer.
Oh, that's
cool. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed listening to that.
One thing about him, he does seem to still be kind of grounded. He seems like he wants to do stuff like that still, which is cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, he wants to be in touch with his fans, it seems like.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Which I think the whole concept of Letter to You is actually like a letter from him to his fans, kind of like during this time. So yeah. So
I didn't know if it was to his family or.
I think it's a little bit everything on there because I think Ghost is actually a song to himself, from what I've kind of gotten from the lyrics.
Oh yeah.
Letter to You is kind of to the fans, so it's just kind of like a letter to his world, I guess. But there should be some good lyrics in there and see what he has to say. Hopefully, like you said, hopefully not too heavy on politics, but we can always.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. I think, he had all that time in quarantine and had an opportunity.
There's been a lot of records coming out either later this year or next year. Hopefully they're not depressing. So the first 2 songs have not been too depressing, so that's good. So
It's true.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here in this past.
I know. I'm excited.
Yeah. We talked about Bruce and stuff, but are there any other artists that you enjoy listening to?
Well, I'm not into the rock bands as much.
Yeah, me neither.
But for some reason, But for some reason, him, I sort of consider him, the rock band kind of era. Because really, I love Bette Midler, Kristen Chenoweth, Barbra Streisand, Little River Band. But see, a lot of that is from when I'm younger, and you just get all those wonderful memories.
Yeah.
So that's why I love those groups.
You'll actually find albums back there from I think 3 out of 4 of those artists. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, so I totally get it. Yeah.
So they're like my favorite that my go-to when I need to be picked up.
Yeah.
And Bruce.
And he actually he's rock, but he got a folky kind of thing about him.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Singer-songwriter deal.
Yeah.
So
mm-hmm.
yeah, he definitely kind of spreads it out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, when you do listen to music, how do you prefer to listen to music? Are you a radio person? Are you a CD person?
I'm not a CD anymore.
Albums.
More streaming.
Yeah. Yeah.
And radio.
Yeah.
So.
Like these kids today and their stream boxes, I'll tell you what.
Well, thank you.
All right. So I really appreciate you coming, kind of sharing with me your appreciation of Bruce. Is one of the things about the music room is I don't want it to be just about me, like who I like, and like I said, I could talk about Aerosmith every episode, but who wants to hear about Aerosmith that much? So I love hearing about people and their love for other artists. I really appreciate you coming and sharing your love for Bruce.
Well, I am very excited that you picked me.
Yeah.
I'm the first one.
First person came to mind.
I get to talk about Bruce. So
That's
that
right.
was even better.
On Boss's Day. We're talking about the boss on Boss's Day.
Yes,
Today,
exactly.
we're filming this on October 16th, which I through the internet that today is Boss's Day. So that seemed kind of appropriate.
Yeah, that's true. I never looked at it that way.
So Bruce, we were thinking about you, man. This is all planned ahead of time. A creative theme, because that's what we do here in the music room. We're just that creative. So, all right.
He is.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you, Diane, for being here.
Thank you,
and
Johnny.
stay tuned for a future episode where we talk to another music aficionado and learn about their favorite band. Or maybe we'll talk about Aerosmith again. I don't know. Well, see you later.